Welcome to the Chicago Cultural Center on behalf of the City of Chicago and Department of Cultural Affairs. We are absolutely thrilled to be hosting the third annual European Jazz Meets Chicago Festival here, which is part of the fourth annual Umbrella Music Festival.
People lucky enough to have found themselves in Chicago on November 5th, 2009 had the opportunity to hear leading figures from Europe's free jazz and improvised music scene as they took the stage at the Chicago Cultural Center for the third annual evening of concerts known as European Jazz Meets Chicago. European Jazz Meets Chicago 2009 was a collaboration of the Goethe Institute Chicago and the consulates of Austria, Lithuania, Sweden, Switzerland and the Kingdom of the Netherlands, as well as the City of Chicago Department of Cultural Affairs and Umbrella Music. Umbrella Music gathers musicians and presenters working to provide performance opportunities for creative and improvising artists.
The concept begins, the point of departure is actually Chicago, which has a thriving scene for free jazz and improvised music. Almost 7 nights out of the week, you can find concerts happening all over the city. Frequently, there's European participation in these, but there comes a point where the local organizers say, we want to have a festival and we want to augment the excellence that we bring to Chicago on a regular basis. Question, how do you do that? 1, you showcase the presence of European musicians, and 2, you bring musicians who aren't normally here, which means that we bring Germans who don't usually come to Chicago to perform. The Austrians bring Austrians who don't usually come to Chicago to perform, and then we try to get other countries involved who might have a special event happening in that year. For example, if their country happens to be turning 1,000, or if their capital is also the cultural capital of Europe.
The Umbrella Festival of Jazz and Improvisation, according to press reports, ranks among the city's most important showcases for international jazz and improvised music, and functions as a key complement to the Chicago Jazz Festival.
Something strange about, especially with this event, when you bring together these people from different places, you start to realize it's not necessarily about, where the music community is smaller, like it operates internationally. So you have bands and projects and relationships that span countries and continents and everything like that. And that's something that we're hoping to establish too. So it's a first time to be able to bring them here to Chicago is a real, it's a great step in maybe making further relationships that might then exist out there in the world, not only here in Chicago.
The ideas come after everyone's had a chance to recover from the festival for a little bit, and we see how many countries have a vested interest in participating, and then we go from there. It's possible that in 2010 we will bookend the whole festival with an evening of European musicians. So rather than just kicking off the event by showcasing Europe's presence in Chicago, we'll try to, as I said, bookend, have an evening of concerts featuring European musicians on day 1 and then at the last day.
European Jazz Meets Chicago kicked off the Umbrella Festival, which continued all weekend at regular Umbrella venues across the city. This is European Jazz Meets Chicago, cultural institutes and consulates coming together to demonstrate Europe's relevance to local cultural life by visibly, audibly participating in it.